everything's gonna be alright. And when we get there, I'ma see a pretty, pretty, pretty young thing. I'ma ask her to take my hand, head to the floor, and we gon' dance. And when we get there, best believe we're gonna do a two-step. Ain't no drama in here, so don't stress. Step to the right, then side to the left. Yeah, I'm in love with the nightlife. When we're in the limelight, makes me feel like everything is gonna be alright. I'm in love with the nightlife. When we're in the limelight, makes me feel like everything is gonna be alright.
Good evening, welcome to the Stephen Knight Show. Hope you're having a wonderful Monday. Hopefully it'll get a little bit better for you. This is our last show until October. We're taking our annual September break, so we want to leave you with a bang. Tonight we welcome Christianne Williams. She is a new filmmaker who just released a documentary called LECT, and it follows a military vet transitioning into a music career. Then Jeff Bradshaw, he's no stranger to the show. Everyone knows him as Mr. Trombone, award-winning musician. He's worked with some of the greats. I mean, you saw when Earth, Wind, and Fire. Faith Evans, Jill Scott. He's worked with them all. Anyway, he's turning 50 next month, and he's celebrating with a 2-day star-studded concert. So find out about how you can get your tickets. Find out what he's learned in the 25 years in the industry and what he's learned at 50. Then in Hot Topics, talking about everything everyone's talking about. Forbes just released their list of the top earners in the music industry. You'll be curious to see who's the top of that list. Then we talk about everyone going crazy about these Popeyes chicken sandwiches. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, I went to go get one yesterday, but they were sold out. But we'll talk about all that and the backlash and find out what a young man did to make the most out of being in line. He took advantage of that in a big way. We're all over social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, Instagram, and of course our official website, the StephenKnightShow.com. You can also check us out on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, iHeartRadio. Just go to our website, StephenKnightShow.com. You can also get your t-shirts there. Listen, when we come back, Hot Topics right back after this.
I got to let you go.
up a day and now somebody's on your side of the bed. Trey, and I didn't wanna have to take it there, but you play too much. So I guess it's in the game. EA. And what am I supposed to say? I know you did me dirty, but we can make it work. I know you didn't mean to hurt me. I know we got our problems and need to go away your worries. Let's just sit and talk about it over McGee's McFlurry. One thing's for hot damn certain. This plays a rap. You can go and close them curtains, and this is a mess. Starting with yourself first. I am dropping bad habits, starting with the very worst. Now it's on to the next one. African American, Puerto Rican, Swedish, French lover, or a German. I'm really determined. All kinds of moves. Ever since we've been done, I've had so much to do.
I got to let you go.
I've never been one to hate, but when I think of all you did when you was all up in my crib, it kinda made me feel away. Now I feel away. I had your back since day one, I never let you hit the ground, but you was really kinda selfish, should've known you was a clown. You was real sneaky with it, always going through my phone. I hope you found what you was looking for, cause now I'm really gone. And I'm never looking back now, cause that shit was whack. You was really talking crazy, even tried to call me lazy. You forget who feeding you, you forget who getting food. Should've let your ass stop, cause I wasn't in the mood, but I tried to play it cool. Then you thought I was a fool, trying to be someone you're not. Yeah, I call you. Worry about everyone else, you need to worry about yourself. Can't even pay your own car. Damn, I thought you was a star. You was flexing for the gram, but I don't even give a damn, cause I'ma call you on your shit. Yeah, I'ma call you on your shit. Cause, yeah, you a stupid ass nigga. You was always fucking broke when you walked through the door. Should've known you was a joke. You a fucking joke. Yeah, you a stupid ass nigga. You was always fucking broke when you walked through the door. Should've known you was a joke. You a fucking joke. You was really insecure. Didn't think that your love was pure. Yeah, I text another nigga, cause I thought that he was realer. Taking him out my phone, how the fuck you figure? When we went to the club, you ain't had a cash, so I had to make sure your friends let you pass. Yeah, that shit was mad whack. You was really close-minded, couldn't live with that. And if I want to be honest, I just want my cash back. I couldn't sleep on me, always looking right, and I keep my body tight. Yeah, I probably would've never stood your tea, but now it's time for me to let the whole world see that you ain't shit. You never was, you never will be. Oh, yeah, you a stupid
Yeah, what's up, y'all? It's your main man, Ching-a-Ling, representing. And right now I'm hanging out with my folks, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show right here, right there, however you want to do it. Let's go.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Miss Parker, how you feeling?
Happy Monday. How are you guys doing?
Can't complain, can't complain. How was your weekend?
Busy and good.
With the story of your life, huh? Anything exciting?
Yesterday I went to not a concert, but a block party at this place called a Graveyard. It was 90s music, DJs, all 90s music. There was a few DJs that took turns on the table. It was actually really fun. It was outdoors, block party, but I really enjoyed it. It was probably one of the best outdoors events that I've been to in a while. So
nice.
That was good. And then Saturday, hung out with some friends and took pretty much all day Sunday to recover, and then I went to that yesterday evening. So
okay. Actually, I was in D.C. this weekend for a friend's birthday. Shout out to Derek. He's been on the show, D. Venable. We had a great time.
Happy birthday, Derek.
Yeah, his birthday was actually early, August 2nd, but with so much going on, this was the best weekend to go. And it was actually real nice. I got to see Adam. We had lunch on Friday. It was just a good time. But, Chika, what about you? How was your weekend?
Well, I was sick over the weekend.
Oh, no.
From Friday, well, technically Thursday night when I got home. And
man.
Today, actually. Today's my first day out of the house. But I blame Miss Faith Evans. It's her fault. Thursday night hanging out with her, the concert and everything. A very, very decent concert with Silk, Next, Faith Evans, and SWV.
Nice.
And the venue was outdoors, and then it started to rain. And of course, when good music's happening, people just don't leave.
Of course.
They stay a little bit. So
yep.
I was in the rain. I already felt a little tickle, in my throat beforehand, and the rain just exacerbated it. So
man, I'm sorry to hear that.
But Faith sends her love.
Yeah, sorry to hear that. I hope you're feeling better.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm on the mends. But it was well worth it, though. I had fun on Thursday. Thursday, I lived.
Well, that's a good thing. That's a real good thing.
Yeah. She sends her love. She's going on vacation, but she said her and Stevie want to come on the show when they come off of vacation.
That'll be awesome. We'd love to have her back and Stevie on for the first time. That'd be amazing.
Yeah.
Well, quick programming note. This is our last new show until October. We're taking our annual September break off, and then we'll be back in October with brand new shows. So you can check out everything we have going on at our website. Listen to old shows. You can go on YouTube. They're all out there. SoundCloud, Apple Podcasts, everything. Question of the day is, what's a life lesson that you had to learn the hard way? Miss Parker.
I don't know if it was the hard way, but I think that it took me some time in my 20s
okay.
to probably learn that it was part of my healing process, letting go.
Okay.
But I think sometimes we're just not aware. We're not in that kind of space of knowing that, that things need to be let go. You need to release things in order for you to be open to new things.
Mm-hmm.
For me, that lesson changed my life. So, yeah.
That's a real good one. What about you, Chika?
So, yeah, like Miss Parker, the 20s is, about all the lessons. And, it took me like maybe a little bit into my 30s because I'm a worrier and I'm hard-headed and I'm impatient. It took me a minute to totally and honestly surrender and trust the power of the Lord. Honestly, it took a minute. So I'm a busybody. I'm always trying to do something. I'm trying to make it happen. It's not always for me to make happen.
Right?
It's always not my fight. It's always not my battle.
That's true. That's really good. Really good. I think for me, a few things, but one was how to say no. How not to always, because I care about people overall, and so like Miss Parker can tell you the amount of roommates that I've had in this place because someone need a place to stay. and I always say yes. And then finally I had to start saying no. And so it's been different things like that, but saying no, especially people I care about, you know what I mean? So that was one thing it took me a while to learn. But tweet us at home and let us know what is a life lesson that you had to learn the long way. All right, so we have a few hot topics. We have 2 guests tonight, so we're not going to have a lot of hot topics, but tonight we have about 4. The first one, Forbes released the highest paid women in music, and they are Taylor Swift, raking in $185 million, Beyonce, $81 million, Rihanna, $62 million, Katy Perry, $57.5 million, and Pink, $57 million. Were there anyone on the list that you're surprised about or that you thought would be on the list, Ms. Parker?
You know what? I made a post because of this.
Oh, really?
List that came out, and people were like on social media arguing about whether or not it's annually or is it a combined, all the other stuff they have going on. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care.
Right.
What's that to me?
Ain't my money.
Honestly, right. I do not care about celebrities' wealth. It's just, to me, it's just, so what? Like, I worry about making my check. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't know. It's just not something that interests me. Like how much celebrities have. You know, if it's in the millions, they're doing well.
Right.
They're doing well. What's it to me?
That's true. That's facts right there. Any surprise for you, Chica?
I guess the Pink it surprised me a little bit. I would have thought that maybe Rihanna would have been over Pink, just because of like her.
Well, she is.
The last one.
Yeah, Pink is the last. So it's Taylor Swift, Beyonce, Rihanna, Katy Perry, then Pink.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. I'm good then.
They all pretty much rich.
Yeah, they
right.
Ain't no pretty much. But that's a way to sum it up. I was actually shocked that Pink was that high up there, and that Katy Perry was that high up there.
But you know, Pink releases an album every year, and she's never not toured.
Yeah, she always tours. That's true.
I saw her doing interviews, and that's where they make a lot of their money. I saw her doing
interviews.
She haven't had a year off. Even when she was pregnant, she toured.
Okay.
Took time off to have her kids, and then she went back. But she's never gone a year without touring.
Okay, I got you.
And so, yeah, because Ellen was interviewing her, and she said, "You're still touring?" She said, "I've never not toured."
Oh,
so
okay.
That's where she gets a lot of her money, and she does release an album just about every year.
Okay, that makes sense. Well, shout out to all of them. They're doing better than me, so congratulations. All right, so everyone's been talking about this. What's it called? What's the restaurant? Shoot, I can't think about it top of my head. Popeyes chicken sandwich. Everyone's been talking about the chicken sandwich. They've been comparing it, doing these comparisons to Chick-fil-A's chicken sandwich. Of course, the memes have been all over the place. I actually went to go try one yesterday, and they sold out. But KFC has announced that they are going to be releasing Beyond Fried Chicken, so it's meat substitute. They're the first fast food place to do it, to release it, and they're gonna do a limited ones in stores here in Atlanta, actually. Also, Burger King has released its own plant-based burger I heard is pretty good. Do you think that, obviously fast food companies are still popular, even though people are more health conscious in today's society, I feel. Do you feel like them changing to plant-based or even creating these delicious items, you think that's going to just continue to help them keep their customers despite people trying to be healthier, cook at home, and eat healthy? What are your thoughts?
I don't eat fast food, so I don't know. Honestly, I'm trying to figure if I even had Chick-fil-A sandwich.
I
may have, maybe 6-7 years ago, but I'm not sure. I can't remember if I've ever had their sandwiches.
Okay.
I know I've had their breakfast sandwiches because our boss will bring in the office once in a while. But I don't know if I've had a chicken sandwich. With that being said, the fact that this is a point of conversation and how it took over social media was disappointing. Especially for black people. I just felt like it's just, I don't know, it's just set us back like a 1,000 years arguing about chicken sandwich. I haven't had it. I don't know. I'm not a big fast food person. I'm a foodie, but I'm not a fast food person. So
Right.
I really don't have that strong of an opinion. I'm sure one day I'll probably try it, but it's not something that I'm like dying to try or that I'm that much interested in. I don't know. I just think fast food is a huge problem.
Yeah.
A lot of, especially our community. So I think the idea of hyping up stuff that's unhealthy, I don't mind if it's out there, people are trying it, but I think I don't know, it bothers me that unhealthy food is being hyped up when it's an issue in our community. Not only is it an issue health-wise, it's an issue financial because we're the sickest of all people.
Mm-hmm.
So African Americans have the most diet-related illnesses.
That's true. Yeah.
Changed by the way we eat and how we think about food. So I don't know. I didn't really bother. I guess I just don't have the right way to express it. But it's bothering me.
I get it. A lot of people felt that way.
Kind of a conversation.
Yeah. What about you, Chike? You think it'll help with sales? You think it's a good thing? What are your thoughts on these restaurants coming out with healthier options? Obviously, the Popeyes isn't, but the KFC and Burger King and all that.
Sadly saying, I think that there will always be a market for fast food restaurants, and they will always find a gimmick to be able to sell to the masses. I'm just a little disappointed that they meaning my community, has let the hype of this chicken sandwich overtake them, and to the point where you're out being violent because the store ran out.
Yeah.
When there are bigger things in life to worry about or to be upset over, like the man in that office, or the laws that they're writing around you while you fight in the Popeyes for a chicken sandwich.
Mm-hmm.
The fact that you could possibly go to a job and they run your criminal history and it says aggravated assault, and then they read why you have aggravated assault, and it's over a chicken sandwich. How stupid are you going to look in that employer's face?
They are fighting, yeah.
Yes. Climbing through drive-through windows, it's insane.
I'm just like, no. Every time I see one, I'm like...
Over a chicken sandwich. This reminds me of the episode of the Boondocks. Remember the episode of the Boondocks when they were fighting over the chicken? And they went and destroyed the restaurant because there was no more chicken left in the restaurant? This is exactly from that episode. This is crazy.
Yeah. Well,
but anyway, yes, they'll continue to make money.
I agree. Well, shout out to David Ledbetter. He's a 17-year-old out of Charlotte. He's an aspiring politician as well. He saw the lines at the at Popeyes, and he decided to help people register to vote. And he was able to register 16 people to vote while they're in line. So shout out to him for that. I will read something that was funny when they were comparing. I saw someone posted on my Facebook page where they were comparing the Chick-fil-A to Popeyes. It said, okay, let me break it down for you who haven't had the chicken sandwich at either Chick-fil-A or Popeyes. Chick-fil-A sandwich tastes like it was cooked by a white woman named Sarah who grew up around black people. The flavor is definitely there, but Sarah cares about cholesterol, so she cares about the breading and grease content. Popeye sandwich tastes like it's cooked by an older black woman named Lucille that serves on the usher board and has 12 grandkids that call her Medea. Medea don't give about your cholesterol because God's in control. I hope this helps. I thought that was funny.
So can I just say this? The last thing I'm going to say about these chicken sandwiches.
Okay.
They're comparing Popeyes to Chick-fil-A. There's a restaurant called Federal Donut. I don't know if you have them down in Atlanta. We definitely have them in Philadelphia. Their chicken sandwich trumps both of them.
Oh, yeah. I'm sure there are plenty of places.
there was a list that came out of black places.
Yeah.
Chicken sandwiches.
I can imagine that place, the guy that went to school with you that has the two restaurants here, I can guarantee that chicken sandwich will taste better. You know what I mean?
Darius?
Yeah, Darius, his restaurants. All right. Leola Brown, Bobby Brown's sister, she's not shy from the camera. She's very outspoken. Well, oddly enough, she took to Facebook over the weekend to Bobby Brown's sister, Leola, to tell everyone that Bobby was intentionally run down by someone in the car. She detailed that both his legs were broken and that he was in pretty bad shape. However, it turns out that never happened. So the blast, they claim that it was false. In fact, Bobby Brown's lawyer put out a statement saying there are some reports circulated about Bobby Brown was hit by a car over the weekend and that substantially injured both of his legs. Reports are false. Bobby Brown is in L.A. enjoying time with his family over the weekend. So they have no word on why she came up with this lie. How would you? How would you, if a family member intentionally made up a lie about you? How would you feel, or what would you do?
Well, that whole family is a mess. So you got to put things in context. They've all struggled with drug addiction. She was the same one that sold the picture of Whitney Houston's at Fast. If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised. I think the issue is actually deeper than her just lying. They have really deep-rooted issues.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm pretty sure he's, at some level used to it. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. Chike, your thoughts?
Distance, man. I don't know. She would be so cut away and cut out. Like I don't know what else. Like she's looking for attention, I guess. I don't know. Bobby Brown with both legs broke, he couldn't tour with New Edition.
Right.
Come on.
Yeah. And I don't know if you've seen Bobby lately. He lost a lot of weight, so you can tell he's been changing his habits. You can tell that he said that he has. He's lost like over I want to say like 60 pounds or something, but he looks really good. All right,
for him.
Yeah. So our last topic. So apparently, Power, 50 Cent's Power came out, I guess over the weekend, and it was notably made aware that the theme song that Joe, R&B singer Joe, once sang, now Trey Songz is singing in this last season. Well, the people have been bashing him all over Instagram. We want Joe's version back. Not saying that Trey can't sing, but they just like Joe's soulful version, I guess, a lot better. Well, 50 Cent took to social media and he responded. And he was like, y'all have some nerve talking about Trey. He did that as a favor to me for Power. But I guess I'm going to have to change it back. And he laughed it off. If you were 50, would you change it back to Joe or would you keep it Trey?
Give the people what they want.
I haven't heard either version. I'll let Chike probably answer that one.
Give the people what they want.
I agree. If everyone's saying it. The one episode, so maybe he can release it as a single or something. I don't know. But at least they're keeping Joe's name around because he's definitely a talented person. Miss Park, what you plan on doing with your Mondays free for the next month?
I don't know, but I won't be on the phone. I know that.
What about you, Chike?
I'm still going to be working. What's wrong with you?
Of course, that is true. Exactly. That means if he's working, I have to work.
The name of the Stephen Knight Show. Yes.
That means if you're working, I have to work. Well, listen, thank you so much. Enjoy your break. Chike, I'll see you at Movie Reviews with Parker. I'll see you at some point this week. Have a good one.
All right.
All right.
See you guys later.
We're right back after this.
So we're taking over. One time. I'm gonna suffer. I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the trooper she jacking. I'm gonna suffer. I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the trooper she jacking. I said the trooper she waiting, she checking, she looking like she not know what they are talking. I told her that trouble she causing, the way that she rocking and shaking her too much. Onina Fatumata, put it on me like she from Kakata. All the men is scatter, that all penny hour in a chocolate. When you tie your lapa and you wear your skin test, when you rocking your tuma, Pange I want marry you, Chamu I want take you. setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking. My girl never suffer, suffer, my girl never suffer, suffer, hungry lion they waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking.
What play you non-see funk, get capping. Like I said before, hungry line blocking. You leave it, another scam and we'll bop it. Grab it, squeeze it with dry face. That the time you will be trying how to catch it. You know you're missing a casa bete. You fix it, all five, showing how to catch it. Then you won't speak serious now till they get. Pretty girl, let me take you out of dinner. I got a cheddar, forgive me, I was a sinner. Gonna be better from January down to December. Take trips, go to spots even in the winter. So sexy, gorgeous and beautiful. Everything that we do is so memorable. I'm feeling you from your head down to your toes. Don't have to speak on it, I'm gonna show.
I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking. My girl never suffer, suffer, my girl never suffer, I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking.
Anytime she walking, the boy them be watching. Anytime she walking, the boy them be jaking. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you temptation. Anytime you turn girl, you confusion. Baby girl, you blow my mind away. Anytime you turn like way, girl, you make me wanting you tonight. Forget, never, you never suffer. I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking. My girl never suffer, suffer, my girl never suffer, suffer. I'm relying on the waiting. But I'm in the setting. That's the nigga they chasing. But the jukebox she jacking.
Spending time getting to know some things, yeah. Major vibes, you're playing my favorite keys, yeah. On my mind, I got you on repeat, yeah. Day and night, you're singing your song for me. I haven't loved somebody, gave somebody my time, it flew right by me. Love somebody, touch somebody, so right you crept up on me. Love somebody, gave somebody my mind, you drive me crazy. Love somebody, touch somebody, so bright. You could be my sofa, baby, sofa. I'll call you my sofa, baby, sofa. You could be my sofa, baby, sofa. I'll call you my sofa, baby, sofa. You could be. Take your time. There's no need to rush this thing. Yeah. Keep it light while I slowly plug your strings. Yeah. You could write the sweetest melody. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Your bass way you crept up on me. Love somebody, gave somebody my mind. You drive me crazy. Love somebody, touch somebody so right. You could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, soulful. You could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me how you like it, baby. Tell me how you want it, baby. Tell me what you like to sing. Scream it till the levee breaks. Be my soulful, soulful baby. Be my soulful baby. You could be my soulful baby, soulful. I'll call you my soulful baby, soulful. You could be.
This is Greg Penn, and you rocking with the Stephen Knight Show. Okay, bye.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Our first guest just released her first short documentary entitled LECT, Soldier to Superstar, which follows Michael Intellect Dow, who is a real-life soldier and now music star. Please help me welcome Christianne Williams. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. So
Thanks.
glad to be here.
Oh, so glad to have you on. So glad to have you on. So, before we get into this first film for you, tell us about your background and kind of how you got into this industry.
Yeah, so it's funny. I don't have a background in film. Actually, I have a background in communications. So
Okay.
I love to talk, as you can clearly see. It didn't work out for most of the roles that I wanted to do starting out. I wanted to dance on In Living Color.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, don't ask. I wanted to be a cop because my dad was a cop.
Oh,
and
wow.
I was like, nope, don't want to do that anymore. And then I went to college, and then they were like, you like to talk. And I was like, yeah, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything with that. So,
Right.
My mom told me this wonderful story about how I was like one, and, she took me to a movie theater, and I was like sitting in the front of her pouch, and she told me that I was the quietest baby in the entire thing. People didn't even know there was a baby there.
Oh, wow.
Because she said I was just really into the film, and she's like, I kind of knew you wanted to do film, but you were a baby, so I didn't know. And then I started remembering a lot of actors and actresses' names and producers, and everybody was like, why do you remember that stuff?
Right, yeah.
It's important. These people make film. So then I decided, I'm going to do it. And then, but I couldn't think of my first film. I had so many stories I wanted to tell, but none of them were as unique as this one.
Okay, yeah. So what made you fall in love with this project, or decide this is the project you wanted to pursue?
Well, he had a really unique story. So we actually became friends last year.
Okay.
And he actually, it's funny, when we started talking, he threw a pitch at me, and he was like, hey, I do music. And I'm like, oh, God, here's another person trying to sell their album. Not that I haven't been approached at the gas station with the guy trying to, so I was like, okay. He's like, no, just listen to this link and, tell me what you think. I'm interested in your opinion. And I'm like, okay. And I listened to it, and I'm like, that can't be him. There's no way. That just sounds too good.
Exactly.
I listened to another song, and I said, you're really good at this. Not like karaoke, but you're really good at this.
Right, exactly.
And he's like, yeah, like, you know, I was in the military, and, you know, I want to do so many other things, but this is my passion, you know. And he just talked so much about music that I was just like, well, can you tell me a story? Like, you know, what's going on?
Right.
And once we got to know each other a little bit better, I threw it at him. I was like, I'm going to do a film about you.
Wow.
His response was, and it's going to be about
right.
And I said, it's going to be about you. And he's like, interesting. Okay, I'd like to see how that's going to look. And that was a year ago.
A year ago. Okay.
Yep.
So how did you determine, you know, with the storyline you wanted to follow? He's been on our show, so shout out to Intellect. But how did you determine, you know, what you're going to follow? What was going to be important in this documentary?
Yeah, I think that was the tough part. I think it was trying to nail what's the main component.
Right.
So besides him being a veteran, I have a brother who battle raps. And he was telling me this story about how, hey, did you know that Mystical was in the Air Force? And I was like, what?
Oh, wow.
So I actually looked it up online, and I found that like 10 rappers had served in the military.
Wow.
And I had not known that. And I was like, why is there only 10? Like, more? Are there more? And so that's why I was kind of like looking at him, and I was like, oh, well, this is a compelling story. How come there's not more people from other types of sides of the road, like not just from the you know, the curve of the street, but, you know, military service members, how come they're not doing anything that's, you know, creatively inclined?
Right.
And I started, you know, wondering and asking, and then I started asking him, and he started telling me why. And I was like, oh, okay. Yeah, people need to know about this. So I wanted to educate people with the film, and I wanted to, you know, kind of dive a little bit deeper, because I wanted to ask a question and get people to start thinking, and that's what this is about.
That's awesome. So what was the most challenging part of creating this that you probably didn't foresee, you know, prior to starting it?
Oh, wow.
Which I'm sure
I'm going to be really honest with you. It's the people that actually have heard his music on the professional level.
Oh, okay.
And so there's actually a scene where he's describing how, you know, it feels to do live performance. And I was actually there when I taped that segment where he was doing something for these guys who were A&Rs, and I was like, oh, this is it. Like, this is going to be the moment where I capture on film with them saying it's so awesome and so great, and he's going to get a sign on the spot. And they were just like, yeah, he used a lot of rhetoric, and I wasn't feeling it. And I was just sitting there. I was next to his cousin, Cousin Cliff, and I'm just like, what are you talking about? It's original content.
Yeah.
The music is not taken from any samples, and everybody was bopping their head, and they're feeling it, and they all told him at the end of it, they're like, you did so well. And he set a level that I thought everybody was going to be scared, because he was like the third performer.
Okay.
And they just shot him down, and then, you know, slid him a piece of paper and said, well, if you want to use our beats, you know, we'd love to get your beats are awesome. We'll use those for commercials. And actually one guy really was honest with him, and he was like, listen, like, if I wasn't a part of this company, I would have signed you.
Right.
But they're into the now, like the new thing. And I saw the defeated, like, look on his face.
Yeah.
And it was really hard to watch.
Wow. But that's real. You know, as someone who's pursuing music, you know, you hear so many no's, you know, before you hear the S's. What do you want people to walk away from after they watch it? The film's 25 minutes long, and I saw it's on YouTube. I saw on YouTube, and you have it other places we can watch it as well. But what do you want them to walk away from after watching this film? Because I believe although the story follows Intellect, it's bigger than him. So what do you want us to walk away?
It is. I think everybody has, like, different parts of their life where they go through transitions from, you know, school to, you know, becoming a parent to coming out of the correctional facility. These are people that are looking for something positive to do with their talent.
Right.
And even though he's a veteran, that's like the top tier of the cake.
Yeah.
There's still, like, so many layers beneath that I want to touch. So I do touch a little bit about his past. and what he wanted to do, and then I kind of made it more of a creative spin to it. I didn't do the animation portion. That was Marissa. She was amazing. But I wanted to kind of lead up to, at the end of the day, like, don't stop believing in your dream.
Exactly.
I mean, yes, everybody says that, and okay, follow your dream, but then it's like you're actually seeing it live of somebody actually still pursuing it, even though they were told that they were real hip hop, quote, quote.
Right.
You know, and he's not gonna stop just because of that.
Exactly.
And it also takes a village at the end of the day. I mean, he looked at the film and he was just like, wow, I didn't think you were going to capture me like so raw like that. Wow. And I told him, I was like, people need to see this.
Yeah.
We're in a state of emergency. People need to see this right now.
Yes, state of emergency. So
it's just more than just him being an actor and a model and things. You know, he likes those things, but at the end of the day, his first love is hip hop.
That's his passion. Yeah, exactly. So how do you feel on a personal note, knowing that you completed your first film? Your first film is out there for the world to see.
You know what? I would say that the nervousness is probably not here yet. I think where the nervousness is going to come in is when I go to a film festival.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I have to sit in front of a panel and actually people like dig at my movie, you know. But, you know, Amber DuVernay is one of my favorite people that I've ever, you know. And when she said, you know, I didn't pick up a camera until I was like 35, 34, I was like, well, shoot, I don't have no excuse. So, you know, I'm happy because, you know, I see the responses that people are putting on YouTube.
Yeah, I was looking at
and
them,
I've heard,
all positive.
Yeah, and a lot of people are like, okay, I want to know more. Like, tell us more. And I'm like, I can't because this is a story that's ongoing. It's not done.
Exactly. Yeah.
You know, but I want to give you just a little bit of a taste. Like, you don't have to be, you know, a product of, you know, with all respect, you know, you don't have to be from a billionaire or a millionaire to get a record deal. Like, you could be from the streets.
Yeah.
And you don't have to sacrifice your humility to get where you need to go. And this guy had every reason because, you know, he came from Pensacola. Like, he's not out there.
Right, exactly.
So he could have acted a fool. He could have sold out to the man and said, you know what, I'm going to do what I do to get a chump of change.
Exactly.
But he's like, no, I'm not doing that.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
Yeah. It's a great story to be told. And don't you think a good documentary, you walk away with having a lot of questions? Because
that's the main key to
me.
You want to educate, you want to inspire, but then you want to walk away with a question. And I think the question that I want people leaving with is, why don't we have more people in the military? I mean, we do the Veterans Day once a year,
right?
But I don't see nobody, you know, doing anything from my side of the world.
That's true.
Becoming a hip hop artist, and then, you know, we all talk about Nipsey Hussle giving back to the community.
Yeah.
Well, here's a veteran wanting to give back, not just to other veterans, but other communities as well.
Exactly.
But he's not given the chance because he's too real.
Right. Yeah. This is, like you said, it's an ongoing story for certain. Where is the best place to, would you say, you want us to go watch and respond and share this documentary?
Well, you know, film festivals are the biggest thing. It's a broader audience. I've wanted to go to a film festival for quite some time.
Okay.
His film is actually in 26 pending film festivals, so we have to be accepted. I just started.
Okay.
Which is great because
that is awesome.
To get in one of those and just the fact that I'm in front of somebody explaining this to them about the film, about this artist, it opens the door to a different audience for him. And I knew he was different. I knew he wasn't going to be a label guy. I mean, it would have been nice for him to get signed to a label, but he's very unique. So in that kind of uniqueness, it's gonna take somebody from the film industry to say, I like his music. It's all original. I wonder if I can use it in a movie.
Yeah.
Or I can he has an incredibly nice voice, too. Voiceover.
Yeah.
You know, it opens so many doors for him. And not just him, but the team that actually did the narration, they're all veterans, too.
Oh, wow. It's an ode to the veterans.
You're a producer, you're a veteran. You're a rapper, you're a veteran. You're a DJ, you're a veteran. So he's got a great team around him of people just like him.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So what's next for you? Obviously, I know you're still pursuing this and getting it out to the film festivals, but have you started thinking about your next project, or are you still working just fixated
Yeah,
on this?
actually, I have two. There's a lot of talking going on in my brain. So,
okay.
I knew somebody was going to ask me that. So, once the door opens, I'm very choosy on who I want to give this film to. So, my mom told me this wonderful story when I was a little girl about Scheherazade. And if everybody knows the story about Scheherazade, it's, the peasant girl who became the queen after, telling the king 1,001 stories that kept her from dying. And he was so intrigued by her that he I'd love to tell you another story, but I'm going to die tomorrow.
Right.
And he's like, oh, no, I'm going to marry you, and then you can tell me some more stories, right? And so I decided I wanted to be the modern day Scheherazade. So I wanted to tell meaningful stories that would inspire other people to think differently.
Exactly.
And so the next step is I have this film that's like 3/4 done. It's called The Seventh Seal, and it is a drama. I would like to say it's a combination of Constantine and a African American version of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
So it's a lot of you're going to learn a lot. It's very suspenseful. There's love. There's tragedy. There's a lot of a lot of those moments, and that's going to be something that you will not have ever seen because I'm tired of all these remakes.
Exactly.
I think there's no creativity now, and I'm getting tired of it.
Yeah, you see the same movies every few years. That's true. Very true.
Yes, like my brother and I were talking about when Lion King came out. I was like, "Yay, Lion King!" It was like, "Yeah, but I like the 90s edition."
Throwback.
Y'all just like it now, the millennial version, because it's less CGI and it's more like, hey, this is But that's the next step, is to get that in somebody's hand. I also have a Disney movie that I actually am writing right now that's really, really good. So I've got a lot of stuff that is very unique that I want produced and created.
That's awesome, Christian. Tell everyone where they can keep up with you, and again, where you want us today when we listen to this interview, where you want us to go watch the documentary, and where we can keep up with you and everything you have going on.
Yeah, so actually the easiest way to do it is to go on my Twitter page. It's at TrueHeart0505. And basically, NLX movie is the first pinned picture. You can't miss it.
Right.
It's like a picture of him sitting in a chair. Can't miss it. And you just click on the link, and it'll take you to my YouTube channel, and you can go watch it there. And there's a lot of other stuff on my YouTube channel, like my brother, who battle raps. He's very creative. I've got him on there.
Nice.
He's actually going to be doing a movie with Big Daddy Kane and Bismarcky, which his sister put him in that. Yeah, I wrote somebody. So he's ready for that. And then there's some behind the scenes of the movie LECT, and then just a couple of musical pieces that came from the team that helped him do his Out of Left Field album. There's a lot of talented guys that work with him, so I wanted to kind of make sure that the movie is about LECT, but it is a team, and I want to make sure that they get their shine too.
Most definitely.
Yeah. Well, a lot of people confuse the opening of the movie, and they think it's him that actually is doing the rapping. And I was like, well, he doesn't really come in until you see him on screen. So a lot of people forgot that, well, they didn't know that K-Flow, who is one of his teammates, who's also a veteran, did the entire rapping first portion. And I was like, oh, man, I totally forgot to give K his shine, But you can find all these people on my Twitter page. They're all on there. I listen to them all the time.
That's awesome. Well, the documentary is called LECT, and you can see it again on Christianne Williams, her YouTube. We'll have a link on our website. Christian, I want to thank you so much for joining us and sharing your story. And I want everyone to see this, and I look forward to seeing it accepted in all 25 film festivals. But thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you.
All right. Again, our thanks goes out to Christianne Williams. For more information about her and for LECT, go to our website, StephenKnightShow.com. We'll be right back after this.
Moving slow, I-45. Yeah, we catching vibes. Hit my line, Roger Clementine. Sweet like lemon lime. Put in work, put in time. Tryna to ignore the sign. What's your sign? What's your type? You like boats, you like flights. I just wanna know ya. Let me hold ya. She like Henny with the cold. told her. Southwest St. Lee, Texas soldier. When she shows up, yeah, my baby, she shuts it down. She's so 90s, gin and juice. It's a late night rendezvous. I can't choose between the two. My little baby got the juice. She got the juice. She got the juice. Drip, drip. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Got the dip with the sauce. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Drip, drip with the sauce. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, freaking awesome. Porsche truck, she in a Beamer. She's switching lane and trying to keep up. COC and trying to creep up. De Leon, tequila. She bitty bomb like Selena. She go for whatever she wants. Fourth down with no pawn. It's a sticky situation. This is Californication. You make it hard for celebration. You bring that ass with accommodation. I want you to know I'm betting all on you. If it goes down, I take charge for you. You say it's hard, but it's easy to love you. I lose all track of time whenever I'm loving you. So 90s gin and juice. It's a late night rendezvous. I can't choose between the two. My little baby got the juice. She got the juice. She got the juice. Drip, drip. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Got the dip with the sauce. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Drip, drip with the sauce. Shawty, shawty, hella saucy. Shawty, shawty, freaking awesome. Shawty, shawty, freaking awesome.
So perfect, I thought it was real, but I couldn't tell, no. Hey mama, I guess I thought that my moving image would one day learn how to be still, but that wasn't realistic. Should've been good by now, I should've been. We should've been settling down, we should've been. I'm lost, I'm convinced I could love that man out of his ways, but I'm not okay, no. Oh mama, I'm colorblind, didn't see the signs, red flags didn't make me run, no. I was just dumb, oh, I should've been good by now, I should've been. We should've been settling down, we should've been. Oh, I thought if I
Hello, beautiful people. It's your girl, Monifa, and you're listening to The Stephen Knight Show.
Welcome back to The Stephen Knight Show. Our next guest is no stranger to the show. He is a soul, jazz, and hip-hop funk innovator, referred to by many as Mr. Trombone. Next month, he'll be celebrating his 50th birthday with a two-day celebration entitled 50 Strong, Jeff Bradshaw and Friends, and he's featuring the acts of Algebra Bossett, Tweet, Nadambi, Kanye Dawson, that's just to name a few. He joins us tonight to tell us more. Please help me welcome the one and only Jeff Bradshaw. Welcome to the show.
Hey, man, what's up? Philly's in the building.
Philly is in the building. Thank you for taking time out your schedule. So you've been on the show before, and obviously you're an accomplished musician. You'll be turning 50. When you look back at your career, what do you think to yourself? Just looking back at the time that you put in, and now about to approach this new chapter.
Man, I feel like I'm the luckiest guy in the world. I'm a self-taught musician, truly blessed. Grew up in church, found my way through the club scene, the music scene, and the recording industry scene in Philadelphia, and just was in the right place at the right time with the right gift. And 27 years later, I'm still in this business. I'm still relevant. New album coming out February 2020, and in a few weeks, I'll be turning 50 years old.
Yeah.
I still feel as young, as strong, and as powerful as I have, for the last 25 years. And it's just, I just feel completely, absolutely fortunate and blessed to still be able to do what I love and do it at a high level.
Right,
and
yeah.
I'm blessed to be here. Every day is a gift.
Most definitely. So when you think back 25 years ago, and it's hard for us to imagine ourselves at 50 or 40, 50. Did you expect to be where you are today?
That's a good question. I didn't expect. I don't think I expected to be here, but I expected to just be somewhere playing music.
Yeah.
I had no idea I would record with Michael Jackson, Earth, Wind & Fire.
Right. Yeah.
Any of these people. I just wanted to play music for a living. I loved it. I loved it then. I love it now. It's who I am. And everything about music and the culture of jazz, soul, funk, and hip-hop, I embody that because I was a fan first.
Right, yeah.
And then I've gone to tour with great musicians and tour with great artists who embody, great soul, jazz, R&B, and hip-hop as well.
Most definitely. What do you think the biggest lessons you've learned so far within the last 25 years that not just professionally, but about yourself? What is the biggest lesson you learned for yourself throughout this journey you've been
on? Health is wealth.
Yeah.
Like without your health, there's no way that you can do anything in this world, especially not tour the world
right.
For a living. So I think the biggest lesson that I've learned is that health is wealth. That taking care of your body and putting the right things in your body that will help you stay healthy so that you can travel the world. So that when you go from country to country, state to state, and city to city, that your body will be prepared and in a great place. You'll be able to take care of yourself better. You'll be able to fight off all kinds of colds and sicknesses if you put the right stuff in your body.
Right, most definitely. So, I was going to ask you. You said you have a new project coming out on next February. What can you tell us about it?
The album's called Stronger.
Stronger, okay.
I named it Stronger because of my health battle in 2016 that changed my life. And after I got on the right side of this health battle and kind of stomped this thing down and got myself together, that I did emerge from this very tough battle stronger. And it took me about 2 years to record this album with so many great guests, and I feel like it's my best work. February 2020, Stronger will be releasing to the world, and so many great artists on the album: Raheem DeVaughn, Robert Glasper, Mickey Miller, the incredible, legendary Jazzy Jeff.
Yeah.
Oh man, Jeff Morrell, Amber Jean of Moonchild. I mean, the list goes on and on. There's so many great people that I was blessed to work with, and over the 2 years that I recorded this album.
Wow, that's awesome. Now, you work with a lot of heavy hitters in the industry. Who are some of your top collaborators that you enjoyed the most?
Oh, man. All of them.
All of them, yeah. I'm sure you get something different from all of them. Yeah.
I recorded the horns on Butterflies for Michael Jackson with Marsha.
Yeah, Marsha and Bros.
I had a great time recording this song called Elevated, featuring Earth, Wind and Fire and Floetry.
Okay.
I got to be in the studio recording horns and looking through the glass and seeing Maurice White sitting on the other side of the console watching me record horns on the Earth, Wind and Fire album. That was one of the highlights, recording with Kirk Franklin, who is, I feel like, is one of the greatest gospel artists ever.
Oh, yes, most definitely.
Just one of the greatest artists ever, but just happened to be a gospel artist and great songwriter. Got to work with Kirk Franklin, got to work with, so many people. Jill Scott, Kendrick Lamar, Music Soul Child. I mean, I've truly, Faith Evans, Carl Thomas, and I've truly been blessed to work with some greats. But I would say Butterflies with Michael Jackson and Earth, Wind and Fire, those are probably, at the top of the list.
Top of the list, yeah. Well, let's talk about 50 Strong. Yeah, it's going to be a legendary birthday event. Tell us about it. It's on September 26th, 27th. What can you tell us about it?
Well, 50 Stronger, because I'm stronger, turning 50, and I felt like it needed to be Chris at Ardmore Music Hall saying that I think this needs to be a 2-day event. Philly loves you, and so I called on some really good friends of mine to come help me celebrate. People know that I love to put on epic celebrations, epic concerts, and we're going to make it a 2-night affair. It's going to be crazy, man. Here in the city of Philadelphia, in a suburb of Ardmore.
Ardmore, yeah.
It's a suburb of Philadelphia, Ardmore Music Hall. And just bringing in some great friends of mine who are, just epic at what they do. I mean, each of them have their own superpowers.
Exactly.
And some of them have been here before. Some of them, a few of the artists like Mickey Miller, may be unfamiliar to some people, but I wanted to bring some people that people knew. Algebra, they know Algebra.
Oh yeah.
Of course they know Tweet.
Yeah.
Of course they know Tweet. But there's some young lionesses, some young lioness, like Shantae Cannon and Mickey Miller, and like those people like that. I wanted to bring some really special people that are incredible songwriters, producers, and musicians and singers in their own right, to bring something really special to the city. And then I have some incredible special surprises.
Yeah, I heard you're a surprise guest. Yeah,
I mean, so, people know, you've been to a Jeff Bradshaw and Friends show, recording. My surprise guests are pretty heavy.
Wait, someone with your caliber career, I can only imagine.
So 2 nights, I'm just telling everybody in the tri-state area, in the Jersey, Philly, Delaware area, to make sure you get your tickets ASAP, because I don't want people blowing my phone up.
Right, last minute.
Blowing up my inbox, blowing up my DM.
Right.
Blowing up my DM, trying to, oh my God, I shouldn't have waited. You told me not to wait, but I did. And now it's, So, get your tickets right now.
Get your tickets now.
Because, it's going to be sold out. It's going to be sold out, and it's selling out fast, too. The tickets are flying, and I know people say that, but when I say it,
right, exactly.
Tickets are flying off. Tickets are flying. And I'm just blessed that Philly and the tri-state area and have always supported me from home. I've always had great home support, and for my music and for my events, and I'm truly fortunate to be from this great city. And I represent this city. They call me Philly Soul Jazz Son. And I'm honored to be a son of this great city.
Most definitely. Where can people get their tickets?
there's an Eventbrite Facebook page.
Okay.
On my Facebook page. Also, you can go to www.ardmoremusic.com. www.ardmore, music.com, and just scroll down to the event and get your tickets. There's a special price for you can come both nights. There's one ticket that you can have that you can buy for both nights. There's VIP, there's general admission, seating and VIP seating, and there's also a special dinner with me on Friday.
On Friday, yeah.
There's a VIP ticket where you can come on Friday and sit and have a birthday dinner with me.
That'd be dope.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people are doing that.
Yeah. Well, in closing, what advice would you give someone who, coming up behind you, they're not going to be you, but coming up behind you, what advice would you give them, having this 25-plus year career? What would you tell them when starting out?
Be honest and be a good person. Be a good person. A lot of times people think that being the most skilled is what gets you the gig.
Right.
Or what gets you the opportunities. No. Sometimes people just want to work with somebody that may not be as good as you, but good enough because they're a good person. They're fun to be around. If you're going to travel the world with somebody, you don't want to travel the world with a jerk.
Exactly.
Yeah. And also I would say preparation, making sure that you're always prepared. Preparation is very important to shows and gigs as a side musician and as an artist. Preparation. Practice. Prep is so incredibly important.
It really is. Again, the event is called 50 Strong, the Jeff Bradshaw and Friends' 50th birthday celebration. Get your tickets now, September 26th, 27th. VIP birthday dinner with Jeff himself on Friday, 26th. Get your tickets now. And Jeff, we thank you so much, man, for taking time out your schedule, and happy early birthday to you, Big 5-0, and 50 more to come.
Thank you so very much, man. God bless everybody. And I see y'all on September 26th, 27th, Ardmore Music Hall. Get them tickets today.
Get them now, y'all. All right, y'all. Thanks to Jeff Bradshaw. For more information about his birthday bash, go to our website at StephenKnightShow.com. We'll be right back after this.
Could write a whole song about how I hate you, about how you played me and led me to believe that you want me, but you just not ready. So I'll wait around for your ass, yeah, I'm crazy. But truth is I love you and I don't know why. It's probably the way you look me in my eyes. And you such a Pisces, yeah, you put me on. And you put me in my place when I'm too much. I need that. Just one time in my life, don't need no yes man. This one nigga in my life, he's fucking honest. I love him cause he's everything I wanted. I need that. Baby, I'm forgiving you. Can we move on? Can we try this? Cause I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. Baby, I can talk about the lack of communication. How often you make me feel unappreciated. How I could've been out tonight hanging with my girls, but I'm with your ass all night cause that's what I prefer. But truth is I love you and now I know why. It's the way your hands fit perfectly in mine. And you such a Pisces, yeah, you put me on. And you put me in my place when I'm too much. I need that. Just one time in my life, don't need no yes man. This one nigga in my life, he's fucking honest. I love him cause he's everything I wanted. I need that. Baby, I'm forgiving you. Can we move on? Can we try this? 'cause I don't know what I'm gonna do without you. I need that, I need that. Baby, I'm forgiving you. Can we move on? Can we try this? 'Cause I don't know what I'm gonna do without you.
Don't make me wait, no, don't be afraid, no. I'm a big boy, I'ma eat everything on my plate, oh. Don't be ashamed, no, I know you ain't got your face on. But I love it in the morning, inside your legs ain't nothing like baking hotcakes and eggs. You wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get ahead, oh, you can't get away, get away. Give my bed, stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast. Some call me loco, but I need it all so bad. When you give it early in the morning, got me twitching. Eyes roll back when I'm staring at the ceiling. Girl, you and I, how many licks just to get to your center? When I beat that batter, girl, I'ma fry them cakes with a cast iron skillet. You wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get ahead, oh, you can't get away, get away. Get my bed, stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Rolling, girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Baby, I could go hard like this all day. It feels so good when we shake and bake. When you curl your toes and you grab my hand, this is the sound when we bake and make. Wake up, oh, we gon' get it in, get it in. Give you my love, we gon' turn this bedroom to a kitchen. Let's get ahead, oh, you can't get away, get away. Get my bed, stop playing, girl, give me them cakes. Girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Rolling and groaning. Girl, between the sheets we rolling. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed. Squeezing and teasing. If you put it in my face, I'm eating. Nothing but love in the moment. I got to have breakfast in bed.
Welcome back to the Stephen Knight Show. Adam, it was good catching up with you this weekend.
Yeah. How was the rest of the birthday weekend?
It was actually cool. It was cool. It went by so fast. You blinked, it was time to go home, but it was cool. I enjoyed it.
Yeah. I guess we it was a great weather weekend. We met up on the worst weather day, but besides that,
the rest of the weekend it was beautiful.
70s.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad you made it back in one piece.
I appreciate it. I'll let you and Chike take over with movie reviews.
All right, perfect. So it's been a little while for me, so I will go back. I did see two things of note I wanted to talk about, and one was the Netflix film or documentary called The Great Hack, and this was released a while ago, and this follows the story of the Cambridge Analytica scandal. So for those unaware, this is the scandal that kind of brought Brexit and Donald Trump and certain things to the forefront, and it involved this company, Cambridge Analytica, out of the UK, and their philosophy was basically they kind of get you the results you want, and in that sense they kind of could sway elections and things like that, and so it follows the route of a couple people about that, and then it actually goes into Facebook and Facebook's role a little bit into what happened in 2016. So I thought it was pretty good. I will say it was a little disjoined. There were some parts where you kind of had to really look up, I guess, who these people were to kind of figure out and follow their story. It was well produced though, and it definitely gives you an insight into what the effects of Cambridge Analytica, who have now filed for bankruptcy and everything like that, and the effects of Facebook of how they convinced people who kind of were on the fence or didn't think of anything of these events and kind of swayed their opinion. So for that alone, I think it's definitely worth checking out and getting kind of the rundown of these two major events in world history, one being Brexit and this other one, the election of Donald Trump, and just kind of giving you the realization of the power of social media and things like that. So check it out.
What's the name of that again, Adam?
The Great Hack.
The Great Hack. Okay.
The Great Hack, yeah, definitely worth checking out. Again, it's a little unstructured and it kind of flows in a weird pace, but I mean, it's an eye-opener, and especially for those who are unaware of the whole Cambridge Analytica thing. And the next film I saw was actually another documentary, and it's called One Child Nation, and this one follows the story of this filmmaker who is from China and grew up during the period that China had the one-child policy. And this was something they enacted in the late 70s and just ended in the late, I want to say, first decade of 2000, or maybe even earlier in this decade. And for those unaware, again, it's the push for China, because there were all these reports that 1 billion people in China in the late 70s, and people were projecting that if this rate continued, people would starve, and China would the whole structure would collapse just because there was too many people. So they enacted this policy where you can only have one child. And so the narrator and the person who made this documentary, Nanfu Wang, she went out and she had her first kid. So she said, I wanted to research about this. And she went to the small village where she grew up and kind of interacted with her parents and grandparents and got insight of this whole policy. And it was pretty extreme. If you chose to have a second child, the state would either destroy your home or take your possessions. There were forced abortions, forced sterilization. I mean, this was a big, propaganda push for the Chinese government, in the sense that there was, songs and there was TV shows or TV programs that pushed this. You only need to have one child, and it got to the stage where, of course, if you had a male baby, that was more preferred. So if people were having female children, then they would leave them out on the streets because they didn't know how to get rid of them and just leave them to die. And so this takes a look into that and the whole how there was this human trafficking aspect that kind of grew out of it. People were finding these kids on the street. They would sell them to the orphanage. Orphanage would then sell them to adoption agencies or, act as an adoption agency. And it really looks at the effect of what this generational policy did for a whole country. I will say it's only an hour and a half long, but it did feel a little long. I think the creator kind of lingered on a few scenes too long. I think she could have went down to an actual hour and made it something you could watch, like on a streaming service or even on a network show. But I will say it is pretty good, and it is one of those things where, a lot of people don't realize that this whole one-child thing just ended within the past 10 or 20 years, and it had serious effect on the population, and now China's trying to encourage 2 children at least because no one's taking care of the elderly because there's not enough children for it. So definitely something to check out. If I had to choose between the two, I think The Great Hack is a little more relevant for our current political situation and what's going on in social media, but The One Child Nation is the one that you wouldn't want to skip if you're looking for kind of a good documentary that lets you see another perspective.
I'm checking both of those out. Sounds pretty interesting. Sounds like stuff's right up my alley.
Yeah, you'll love them.
I didn't see any films. I was all TV based. So we have a lot of content on television right now, and I'm finding myself swamped in trying to absorb everything because I'm interested in everything. I will eventually get through it all. I've been absorbing things in weekends. So I've been talking to you about Animal Kingdom. Animal Kingdom season has finally ended. It ended with very bizarre. The next to the last episode was technically the cliffhanger, and then they gave you one more episode to just set up for next season. So now for those people that love to wait until a show has ended, Animal Kingdom has ended, so you can go and absorb the whole entire season. You will not be disappointed. And you'll be very excited to see the setup for next season. Definitely check Animal Kingdom out. I'm still absorbing Queen Sugar. Once Queen Sugar is off, and then what is the other? Greenleaf is the next one that comes on OWN that I absorb. So yeah, Queen Sugar is very dramatic, and it's building up to the cliffhanger, to the finale. It's high drama, so tears, heart palpitations, all that stuff. So if that's what you're into, definitely check out Queen Sugar.
They never fail.
No, they don't. So Adam, have you checked out The Boys yet on Amazon?
So I was just about to ask you that. I'm about 4 episodes in.
Okay. What are you thinking about that thus far? Because I'm finished. I'm done.
So I will say this. I was hesitant to watch it because I was like, I don't need another superhero show, even if the superheroes are like bad or whatever, cropped. I did watch, then I talked to some people and they said, check it out. So I did. The first episode was good. The show, I finished an episode and I don't feel a need to rush into the next episode, if that makes sense. So it's fine. I like Carl Urban. I think, and you finished the show, so you don't have to spoil it. And I'm not spoiling too much, but I feel like this show exists in a world where people don't have Google, because a lot of things I feel like can be, like a lot of these characters that are learning things for the first time, I feel like you should know this. And a little bit of spoiler, so anyone listening, just kind of take a pause for a minute. But there's a scene where I just saw the scene where the main kid's at the bowling alley with the Starlight, and she's like, he's missing, this other superhero's missing, it's a shame he has a kid. And just a scene ago, he said this superhero was his favorite, and he acts so shocked to learn the superhero had a kid. So either he didn't know this, which is weird because if this is his favorite superhero, he'd have known everything about it because he could search it on the internet. Or it was a secret, and then the superhero Starlight shouldn't even have talked about it because that was not supposed to be public knowledge. So little things like that, and I don't think it ruins it too much, but for me it kind of takes away, like, how do you not know the Deep, which is like the Aquaman riff, is a joke? Because you're joining the superhero group. How did you not Google everything about them? So the little things like that throw me off because it's supposed to take place in somewhat the modern day, but like, how do people not know this stuff? Like, search it, Google it. Like,
so let me correct that for you. They were playing into how the company pushes forth the narrative. They tell you what they want you to believe or what they want you to know. She knew that information from being on the inside, and they're also playing on her being naive. And she, with her character, she's doing way above and beyond what she's supposed to because she doesn't play within the margins anyway. So she leaked information that she wasn't supposed to leak, and it goes to show you the information that they hide from the public. So it's playing both ends. Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean,
hopefully that'll come up again.
Yeah,
that'll come up again.
Oh, sorry.
No, go ahead.
Oh, so I do plan to finish it. So I will say that it's not a bad show. It's just the dialogue is actually good. It's just the storyline. I'm not convinced by it. So hopefully, like you said, things kind of play out, and I'm just looking too far ahead without finishing the series to actually give my final verdict.
Yeah. I urge you to stay with it and then talk to me about it when you get to the end.
And you liked it, though? You liked it a lot?
I do. I like it.
Okay.
So
yeah, I'm gonna give it a shot.
Okay, cool. So The Sinner, the second season is out on Netflix. This is an original USA series, which Jessica Biel produces. She starred in the first season, and now they have a different focus. It's a crime drama, murder crime drama, and their focus is on a young adolescent young boy who is the perpetrator, the alleged perpetrator, I should say, in the second season, and that is now on Netflix. You can absorb that, but those people that have USA and that saw it when it first ran on USA, I'm sure you're already ahead of the curve. But for those who don't have USA and you want a crime drama to get into, check out The Sinner second season. Or if you haven't, the first season. It's very, very good. And I hope they continue along with this series because every season they focus on something else. I found it very entertaining. For those of you who were watching Mindhunter on Netflix, the second season is out. I've already absorbed myself. And I will give you this much. They do embark on the Atlanta child murders, which I found very, very, very interesting. So definitely get into that, check that out, and please, by all means, let me know what you think. There's a lot of historical references, a lot of information that I didn't know about the Atlanta child murders and how politics played into it, and the fact that these murders were going on a lot earlier than we were told that they were. The Amazon series produced by Jay-Z and Meek Mill, Free Meek, is on Amazon. This basically speaks to, what Meek Mill went through and the whole justice system as it relates to men that have been incarcerated and who are caught up in the justice system and the pitfalls that lie within the system once you are released and on probation. Just found out today, excuse me, Dave Chappelle has another stand-up. He released another one today called Sticks and Stones. So I will probably absorb that between tonight and tomorrow. Probably watch half, go to sleep, and then get up and watch the other half. However, it's gonna get absorbed this week. But definitely check that out. Yeah, that's all I have for now.
And someone just posted on Facebook that Dave Chappelle was hilarious, so I'll be curious to watch that as well. Yeah, he's hilarious. Sure. All right, anything?
Obvious statement.
Exactly. Anything coming out of the pipeline?
So it's it's the lull. Nothing exciting coming out. I'm actually looking forward to. I know TK will probably want to watch It 2 coming out in a couple weeks, but the Joker story, the Joker movie looks good, and that comes in October 4th. But it's the origin story of Joker, played by Joaquin Phoenix. I'm probably mispronounced his name, but that looks pretty interesting.
Yeah, I actually heard a little myth about that movie. So the myth that I heard was that this story really is about the father of the Joker, not the actual Joker. So I'm curious to see if that's true or not.
Well, they do give Robert De Niro top billing or first billing, so that's interesting. You might be right, because it is interesting to see Joaquin Phoenix named second instead of Robert De Niro. So you might be correct.
Yeah, we'll see.
Is that all?
But I don't have anything that I'm looking forward to in the theaters. I know we're approaching on, when they start putting stuff out for the Oscars, because it's getting, the fall is the cutoff. So I think it's October, November is the cutoff. So we should start seeing some heavy hitters pretty soon. And being as though that Robert De Niro and Joaquin Phoenix are both in the Joker, I'm thinking that that may be a contender, depending on how they deliver it.
Yeah, I'm excited about this one. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Everyone enjoy the rest of the summer.
Yeah, enjoy. Well, as always, thank you for letting us know what to spend our money on and what not to. And I hope you all have a great month off. And I'll talk to you in October.
Yes, sir.
All right. Thanks a lot.
All right. Right back after this.
We in this biatch, like all over our sweethearts. Self-discovery, lesson learned, we on our Alfred Hitchcock. East Coast hard, West Coast hard. Rest in peace to pop, poetic hip-hop. Round and round we go. Life cycle, tick-tock, it's me. Someone an anomaly, first degree of hip-hop hypocrisy. Never been in what you motherfucking label me. As I sit back and watch, never interject. Money in the bank with the ill concept. Vision is clear, never gets complex. Chillin' on the scene like Peace Hotel. For the 1800 and vanilla Coke. Sit back and chill, maybe even smoke. Summertime lounging, good to go. Chillin' at the beach, that's how we roll. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it. Just like it's sexy, baby. We be the scene stillers, way back as stillers. Hollywood Hill, real dealers, no filters. Lounging in the cut with the cold chillers. Twisted on the sun, propaganda for fun. Run, forest, run, dream builders. Fly establishment, clean with fresh kicks. Good eating, sunbathing where the money went. Harlem bars, Harley stars, two twisted Uber cars. Stripper poles, diamond gold, church basket, tie and hold. Private gyms, assaulting rims, exclusive diamond fold. Friends, purple label, more stable. Life coach, now you're able. Cabotins, spa stins, freaky hints. But yo, where the money, where to make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. I make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy.
Scene stillers, Hollywood heel dealers. Lounging in the cut with the big willers. Rocking clean whips and fresh kicks. Harlem bars, Harley stars, twisted Uber cars.
Car ride by with the booming system. Throwback vibe with a good intention. Lover who you are, don't be scared to mention. Chillin' with my beats, no ill pretension. Catch the waves, dancing days, Sundays, fun days, Fridays, payday, make money any day. Whatever you do, love it and be free. And remember, I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, baby. Make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it fly high. I'll make it sexy, baby. Make it sexy, make it super fly. Make it sexy, baby. Make it shake it, just don't break it, get that sexy. sexy. Make it sexy, baby.
The vulnerable one.
Hey, yo, peace, world. It's the Love King of R&B, Raheem Devon, and you're listening to the Stephen Knight Show. Keep it locked right here. Love life.
Well, that's our show. I want to thank you for tuning in tonight. Shout out to Christianne Williams for joining us. Don't forget, LECT is available on YouTube. And early birthday to Jeff Bradshaw. You all don't forget to get your tickets. Go to our website at StephenKnightShow.com. Have a great next 30 days, and we'll be back in October. Peace and good night.